Hey guys, I'm Diamond Ballet, and this is my best friend, Brittany Daisy.
What's up, y'all? This is the Good Girls Wild Thoughts podcast.
Yes, yes, yes. You have tuned in to the good girl devotion part. This is where we just give the disclaimer that, yes, we are good girls and we have some wild thoughts, honey. Okay.
All right, so before we escape into the wild, we just need to make sure that we are on the same page, and this is a no judgment zone. Okay?
Please, yes, because God hears all, sees all, and He forgives all.
Yes, he does. All right, we on the same page. We good? Amen.
Amen. Hey, friend, how are you?
I am doing well. How about you?
Mm-hmm.
What? What is that?
Mhm.
No words. No words.
No words.
I feel
Mhm.
you. I feel you. I kind of felt that way at work last week. I was just every time somebody asked me, I was just like, "I'm
Mhm.
here. I'm here."
Yeah, so what was the underlining feeling of, that response?
It's like I'm not that great, almost not good, but I don't want to
Mhm.
complain. So I'm gonna
Oh,
just
that's a good one. I'll
keep it
take that.
light.
I'll
Hmm.
take that one.
Yeah.
So let's just jump into we're gonna just jump into chatty patty time. And y'all already know I
Okay.
said in April, we going back to the original Chatty Patty song.
It is April. Okay. Okay.
Chatty Patty. Chatty Patty, Chatty. Hey, Patty Patty.
Yes. Happy April. First of all,
I know. Spring forward.
it's
Thank God for the sun.
springtime. Yes, it's my birthday month. It's
It
always a good time over
is.
here. So yes, and as I don't think I promised, but I did say I'll let you slide with the old Chatty Patty song. So I'm a woman
It's
of my word.
Resurrection Month, so I thought it was only right.
All
So what
right,
about
let's get
we?
into this Chatty Patty.
Okay, what are we talking about today?
The world does not know, but
Mhm.
I am, well, I guess we introduced it. I'm the ghetto hippie. I'm always trying natural remedies.
Yes.
I'm into, just natural, holistic activities. So yesterday, Kevin and I did a new activity called
Mhm.
grounding.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Have you heard
heard
of
of the
that?
grounding. Uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh.
Yes. Okay, so for those who have not, grounding is basically like um, getting in touch with literally with nature.
Mhm.
Submerging your physical body in some type of nature ground. So whether it's sand, grass, mud, whatever, just like really connecting with the energy source of the earth to replenish and feel that energy, increase your vitamin D, being out in the sun. And it's just supposed to be like a really good physical and mental activity.
Mhm.
So yesterday, Kevin and I tried it for the first time. Well, I mean, not the first time because we've walked barefoot before, but I mean, I guess like in today's society, especially living within a city, how often do you do that? Like you're not
Yeah,
ever barefoot outside. We don't live in the country. We don't have
yeah.
acres of land where we can just freely do that.
Mhm.
I personally cannot remember the last time I walked outside barefoot. So it was
Well,
very
that's what I was gonna
interesting.
ask. Like, what did your particular activity look like? Because I think when I was thinking about grounding, I was thinking about like tree hugging. So forgive me, guys, if I
Mm.
mix the two up.
So I
But
guess all of that
I was
can
thinking about
be
that. So
a
what
part
was
of it.
your type that y'all did?
Yeah, so we went to a park um in our city, which of course
Mhm.
we live in Houston, so it's a big city, a busy city. Things are always
Yeah.
happening, popping. So we went to a park. We found just like a very secluded, not a very secluded area, but it was still like people walking past. Um I'll say a clean spot. We found a clean spot where it looked safe to take our shoes off. And we literally were, skin to ground in the grass and we walked
Mhm.
around. And it was just like this moment of like silence. We both put in our AirPods. I had my music playing, he had his music playing. And we just like silently walked around and prayed individually
Oh
and
wow!
together.
Wow,
Yeah. So we
sounds so
did.
beautiful.
We did a total of 20 minutes, and I
Mhm,
know it felt so much longer than 20 minutes.
mhm, mhm,
But we literally just walked around this area, and it was so beautiful because in the midst of this big city, even at the park, it was tons of people there, but I really felt like I was able to shut out the world. Like, I was not concerned about who was walking past, if they were walking their dog, riding a bike. Like,
mhm.
it was literally almost like it was like a border around us, and just
Mm.
to like feel the ground, to be quiet and silent and pray. It was just so amazing. So we kind of like did it individually for about 15 minutes, and then the last 15 minutes we literally just stood in the middle of the grass holding hands and just being in silence, and we were praying, quietly to ourselves, and it was just an amazing experience.
No, it sound cool. Sound like that was some really much needed and good, like, form of meditation too,
It was it
Like
was
how
it
you
was
said,
absolutely amazing.
you guys were in your own world, you didn't even recognize the city
Yeah.
that was around you. Like, that sounds beautiful. I
Kevin
think
was like, "Oh my god, I wanna go back. Like, I wanna go back
yeah.
tomorrow." It
So,
was such a beautiful experience.
was it a grounding park, or was that just you guys found a space to
Yes.
go and become grounded?
Exactly. Yeah,
Oh,
we
okay,
found our
cool.
own space.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is like a major park here. They have like this one big park, and you can take trails that connect you to other parks in the city. But this is like
Oh,
the
cool.
yeah, so it was a really big park. Like I said, like it was a lot of people there. Yeah, so we found, a space in the midst of this big park
Mhm.
where it was clean, it was spacious, it was two trails on each side of us. So it was still people walking and jogging, riding
Mhm.
bikes, but we were able to just kind of shut all of that out in the midst of this big chaotic city and found our little tiny piece of peace,
Yeah,
literally.
yeah.
So it was
What did that
just
feel
so
like
amazing.
to do it amongst others, like, to see other people probably there for the same reason?
Right. I think that would be really interesting. It probably will be very powerful. But I think I like this experience because I think it was so obvious that the ability to shut the noise out was so obvious
Yeah,
because there was still
yeah,
things happening.
yeah.
So I don't know. I would be open to like going to a park that's specifically for grounding or whatever. But
Yeah,
I just think in general, I think we all should, if you have the opportunity to try it, just to really
yeah,
connect with the earth, connect with what
yeah,
God made, like
yeah.
feet planted. I know we talked about being planted last week, but literally, like
Oh, isn't that beautiful? We talked about it last week, and then here you are in the activity, the
exactly.
demonstration.
And it was totally unplanned. Totally,
Oh,
totally
that's
unplanned.
dope. Yeah, to demonstrate
Yeah.
that. Well,
So it's
my
some Oh,
first
go ahead.
nature is to, like, be barefooted always. I don't like socks, I don't like shoes,
Me either. Me
but
either.
I don't like clothes, so it would be perfect for me.
Oh my God, I hate wearing shoes and all of it. But it's like, even with that, so even if that's like my natural desire, when do I get that opportunity?
Mm.
Like, I don't have a home. I live in a mid-rise apartment, so there's no yard for me to walk
Oh, okay, okay.
around
I get that.
barefoot. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I can't remember the last time that my feet touched the ground
Yeah,
besides a beach vacation.
yeah. No, I get
So it
that.
was really cool. It was
Yeah,
a great experience that I definitely want to incorporate more of in my life.
yeah. I'm always looking for parts and greenery. I love it.
Mhm.
I love it, so
Yeah. And that
that's
that's
super
that
dope.
too, Kevin and
Mhm.
I, as we were walking back to the car, and I was just like, wow, like we really live here. I really want to take advantage
Of
and
exploring
make the most
everything.
of the opportunity that we have. Like we live
Yeah,
in a beautiful city that has just so many opportunities and events and just different cultural experiences that we can be exposed to. So I
yeah.
definitely want to be more mindful of really immersing myself in the place where I live.
No, that's good. Come on,
Yeah.
grounding activities. So if
I
you're
know
living
it was so dope.
and she did it with her bae, so that's super dope too.
Yeah, it was very special. It was unexpected. Like it
Mm.
was almost becoming an emotional experience. Like when we were like holding
Mm.
hands, like, oh, this is deep. Like, wow, what's
Now,
happening right now?
how often do you think you will want to do something like that? Is that like a quarterly check-in thing for you, you think? Or do you think that's the once a month? Like, being that it
I,
was something that you enjoy, would you make that a part of your ritual?
yeah, I'm thinking once a month for sure. It definitely has to be a more frequent thing for me.
Mm-hmm. No, mine's will be the same.
Yeah. So, what about you? You got anything, or you want to just go ahead and get into the good girl conversation?
Let's uh let's get into the good girl conversation.
Okay, okay. So again, it is April, and April 1st was just a few days ago. April Fools.
I
If y'all don't
already know
know,
food. Say no.
if y'all don't know, Diamond is she plays too much. At the end of the day, I don't even.
Mhm,
She plays
mhm.
too much. She's always making a joke out of something. She's always laughing, which is beautiful. But she's the goofy one. Like she
I'll take that.
it's a piece of you that I really enjoy, and I think a lot of people that know you,
Thanks,
honor
friend.
that and appreciate that of you. So
Mhm.
I know we wanted to just have like a light, fun conversation talking about laughter.
Yeah. I want us to get into like laughter is like so important to me.
Hmm.
Um I think the other day at work we were talking about non-negotiables for like dating or like in your partner when meeting somebody.
Hmm.
I'm still single, guys. It's okay. Um and I felt so immature. I was like, I think my non-negotiable is humor. Like,
Mm.
I think that is a not even think. I know. Like if we can't banter, if you ain't and not saying you gotta be like Eddie Murphy funny or like super funny or whatever, but you just gotta know how to take a joke, deliver a joke, or
Yeah.
just know how to live life and see the joke or the funny in things in life. And we can just look at each
Hmm.
other, connect, and like, oh, okay, you get it.
Yeah.
Like laughter is a non-negotiable to me. So I wanted to bring up the subject of just like I feel like laughter is like my love language and like
Hmm.
the language to my heart,
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
if you can make me laugh, or even not even just do, out here making like new friends, female friends, male friends, or whatever. And if she is funny, oh my God, I'm like, oh my God, that's my
Hmm.
friend. Like I
Yeah.
instantly like, oh my God, that's my friend. She gets it.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to discuss like, do you feel like how do you feel about laughter? Like what is your perspective of laughter? Because so much is going on in the world. Do we do enough of it? And are we finding
Hmm.
it funny even in the tragedy or the hurt and the pain after we settle
Yeah.
after it settles?
That's true. No, I agree. Laughter is definitely top tier for me. I guess
Mhm.
I would have never described it as a non-negotiable, but I do think is it's up there. Like
Up and
it's
up and stuck.
yeah, and it's like I guess I don't require like a funny person, but we have to
Yeah.
be able to laugh together if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't like, I don't want nobody that's stuffy around romantically or platonically. Like I want us to have a good time together.
Yeah.
You mentioned like you if that being one of your love languages, and I would agree with that for myself. I think
Mhm.
more so like when you said that I thought about my cousins.
Mhm.
I was just that's crazy. I was just thinking about this the other day that I think myself and a lot of my cousins have a very similar sense of humor. And
Mhm.
so it's just so funny. Like one of my cousins will say something or post something and I'll be cracking up. But it's like because I get it, like I
Yeah.
think it's
Yeah.
so funny as well. Um and my cousins, all of us live in different states. And so we don't see each other very often, but we send each other memes.
Mhm.
If somebody see a funny post and they just tag me and they don't got to make explanation, but I just automatically know what they meant, why they tagged me in that post. And so
Yeah.
we kind of communicate that way through
Through
laughter
laughter.
and through
It's
joy.
like they made a
Yeah.
different language.
No, for real. And so
So much.
I do. I think it truly is. I know people say like music is the universal language, but I think laughter
Mm.
is closely connected.
It's
Like,
about three. I think music, food, and laughter.
yeah, yeah. And so I love to laugh. I love to joke. And I guess I'm the person where it's like sometimes I have like maybe a I'm like a it's funny until it's not funny. Like we can joke all
Wow.
day, but don't play with me, right? Like sometimes I can take the joke too far.
Yeah.
And
I
then I
don't
also
know.
I
But
feel
you don't have
like
moments of taking stuff too far. Go ahead. I'm listening. I'm
no,
just.
I think it's more so with like strangers.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
I
Yeah.
think when it comes to laughter, I think it is maybe it's more important than I think now that I'm talking about it, like I
Mhm.
think it really is one of my languages, right? And so if you
Mhm.
don't get my jokes, or if we not if it's not just like a smooth type of thing, I can take it too far, and then your feelings gonna be hurt, like
Oh my gosh. Oh
so
my god. I don't think I'd be hurting feelings with my jokes, but I am very like quick with it. It's funny because
yeah.
I have a daughter, then I have a bunch of siblings, nieces and nephews. So I'm the youngest of four. And the one thing that all four of us do really well, especially my two sisters, they are hilariously funny. Like,
Hmm.
oh my gosh. Like you talking about think I got jokes in the heat of the moment? My sister and them have jokes. And so
Mm-hmm.
our kids coming up, we have jokes in a way like remember in school you used to play dozens or even
Hmm.
when you play dozens, somebody say something, you just whip it back real quick and then they had the
Yeah.
whole room laughing. Like that's my sisters and myself, right? So our kids is coming up. And so I remember when my daughter was younger, or my niece that was younger at that time, they'd be like, they said such and such and such and such, whatever. And I'm
Hmm.
like, so what you say back? I just said, and they like all like proper. They like proper and just give like this lame answer. We just like,
Come
what?
on now.
So we start teaching them how to do the dance. It's like, no, you should say, girl, I know you ain't talking. Like just giving them like the
You,
essence of how you deliver a joke and like
hmm.
what you say back is. So they
Yeah.
trying it. And it's just like the most funniest thing, like trying to teach the next generation how to cap on people. Like, what?
So that's so funny you said that because I recently seen a meme that was like, I consider myself to be, very open-minded, and I think I'm gonna be an open-minded parent. It was like, but the one thing I refuse is to have a corny kid. Like I'm not fake laughing at your jokes for the rest of my life. Like
A corny kid.
it was like I'm not fake laughing at your jokes. Like I don't want to do it. And I was
Man,
like, that is me. Like I want my kid to be able to
like
throw it
be in
back.
the ring, baby. I need
Yeah.
you in the ring. I need you. Need you to throw them bows, like, cause
Throw them, okay?
I wasn't getting cap on. Like sometimes I'll lose a battle that day, but don't best
I'm
believe
going to practice.
I'm gonna remember what you said, and when that opportunity comes, bow,
Got them locked and loaded, ready.
straight uppercut. So my daughter was trying to like go on me. We was at my mom's birthday just recently, and we was at dinner. And so because we've been trying to teach them
That is so funny. Mhm.
she was trying to go on me in the moment. So everybody these days they love the edges, right? But they be taking
Mhm.
like that extra hair and be doing edges. And so I said, okay,
Exactly.
go ahead, go. She ain't really have nothing, that's why you look like a boy, or that's why you look. My daughter loved to say I look like Lil Dirt because of my locks. The rapper Little Dirt. So she said that, everybody laughing. And I'm like, well, that's why your edges, we can put it to ponytails. Like, don't talk to me because your edges can go into ponytails. It's too much. When I
Because
say my
at
mom
this point, it's not
laugh,
baby hair, it's grown hair. Like,
when I say I had everybody rolling until my mom was in the car, like, girl, you said what? So it's really it's a joy to like be able to have jokes because they always say like in every joke there's some truth, right?
mhm,
And
mhm.
even in like the world, there's so much going on. Like there is some truth in jokes, but I think that's the beauty of like making it a joke, turning the
Yeah.
pain into laughter. Like Kevin Hart's "Laugh at My Pain," or everybody like "Bring the Pain." I think that was like Chris Rock's stand up
Mm-hmm.
or "Bring the Pain." And it's like,
Mm-hmm.
because in every little pain or embarrassment or all the things, shame, there is some laughter in it to make you see that, hey, we all are just still human. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
it puts us back on the path of sameness as
Yeah,
humanity. You know what I mean? And
that's
that's
good.
why I enjoy laughter the way I do. So I wish more people will choose to laugh, see the funny, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And embrace it. Even if it's directed towards you. Like, sometimes I don't know if I ever get offended. I think one time somebody like, I was like 15, I had a little weight on me. He was like, "That's why your knees look like cinnamon buns." And I think that stung me a little bit, but don't forget, I got him back eventually, but
You
I don't think I get offended for real, because it's like funny, like, how did you think of that? Like, I'm thinking about the person,
Yeah.
like, "Dang, how'd that come to you? Like, I didn't see it that way."
So that okay, so one of my favorite pastimes, a guilty pleasure, is
Mhm.
reading the comment section of posts on social media.
Especially
And
TikTok, bro.
if it's something funny, or even if it's not intentionally funny, it's just something that I think is funny, I go immediately
Correct.
to the comment section.
Yes,
Like,
yes, yes.
because
And
people are
people be
so
going
funny.
in. They be going like, "How do y'all think of this
Yes.
stuff?"
And I just want to say shout out to all the black people, because
Man,
our culture, again,
man,
it's like this universal, like this unspoken language and experience that we all
like
have.
telepathy or
And
something.
it
Yeah,
is hilarious. Like the
man.
way black people, like you said, we can turn our pain into a joke. We can laugh at our pain. I mean, the world, specifically the US, could be crashing and burning,
Yeah.
and a black person is gonna make a joke out of it. Like every single time.
Oh, what about the meme when Betty White passed? So everybody know Betty White lived to 99. And they just gonna say, somebody meme gonna say, "So 100 won't do, huh?" You just lived
Like
99 years.
hilarious.
And it's
Hilarious.
like, how did y'all think of that in this woman's time of death? She lived a good life though. That was a good life. But it's like,
99
why
and
would you say that?
yeah.
The
I
other
love
thing I
it.
love about our culture, like when we make turn things into jokes, especially when it's going on in the US, you could be out living your life, go to Starbucks or whatever, and somebody just respond with, "It's a chicken salad," or whatever the case may be, and then y'all kind of chuckle. Like, I enjoy
Yeah.
those interaction of the same language. Like, we all
Mhm.
thought that sound that was popular or that meme that was popular, we all thought it
Yeah.
was funny, and we use it in everyday life. Like, I love that exchange of
Mhm.
taking that
It's a
moment
chicken salad.
to find the commonality of
Right.
whatever that funny was. So
No, for
our
real.
culture is lit when it comes to being like funny stuff. Like, they be going in.
Yeah.
Like,
And
put
you
it
know what
there.
else I like? I usually I feel like a lot of people are we are mixing generations on social media. So I
Yeah.
like that the older people get the jokes too, or or
Yeah.
they attempt, you know,
Yeah.
like
Yeah. Yeah.
so
No,
it's
I
like
agree.
certain things my mom will text me or say, and I'm like, girl,
Mhm.
who taught you that? Like, what?
It connects us. I
It
like
does.
that. Like, laughter, jokes, it connects multi generations. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's the linear line.
Mhm.
Like,
And I really appreciate, maybe
mhm.
it's our generation of uh black professionals that we're no longer code switching. So I love to even like
Mhm.
be in like a professional setting. You know, if I'm at the
Yeah,
doctor and
yeah.
my doctor be like, period, you know, like
Yeah. It it
or
it helps you, like, relax, like,
yeah.
"Okay."
I
Or
one of my close friends, she had came to visit and she was on a work meeting, and whatever she was saying, I wasn't listening intently, but I heard her say like it's giving, and I was just like, she was like it's giving whatever it was, and I was cracking up like, girl, why would you say that on your meeting? But it's just like it's just
like, finding
hilarious.
ways to relax each other, like,
Yeah.
laughter is so important. It's so
Hmm.
important,
And
like,
it really
non-negotiable.
does. It fills you up. Like it's so
Mm,
true that laughter is good for the soul.
mm.
Like I mean, especially in those situations where it's maybe not a favorable situation, you know, or even like just the idea of like dark humor, like for anybody to
Mhm.
like take a very dark situation
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
find that little glimmer of light and joy in
Yeah.
it. I think it's a true art for real.
Yeah. Yeah. I heard Marlon Wayans talking about it, like how him and his family were making jokes at his cousin's funeral and was talking about the way he was dressed. God ain't gonna let him in
Oh,
because of his outfit. Like what? You know, or it was just talking about the preacher shoes, or just like
yeah,
it's just
yeah.
it's dark humor to some, but for some, that's how we get through it. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
For some, that's
That's
our
true.
choice of coping. That's our choice of,
Hmm.
but also that's our choice of living. Like it fuels me. It just like
Yeah,
propels me forward in my day.
right.
It makes for a good time when you have to do 8 hours at a job you don't like. Like that's why I love my crew at my job. Like
Good
everybody,
coworkers.
yes, coworkers turn friends or friend work, what
Hmm.
family at the job. Like it makes the hours go by. You know what I mean? Like even when you're done with the day, the next day you're dreading to go. You just remember that one joke, like, what was
Hmm.
it? You know, like
Yeah, yeah.
it's fuel to, you know, depression, anxiety. It's fuel to self-doubt and procrastination. It's fuel to even just your enthusiasm, optimism that you already have. It's
Hmm.
fuel for the heart. So
Yeah.
I'm glad we took time to even like discuss this publicly, you know, because
Hmm.
I don't think I hear enough conversations about it.
That's
Like
true.
I think social media and in life, we just regularly create and produce content that is
Hmm.
that is, you know, entertaining, that is, you know, insightful and informative and all these things, but to have you really sit down and say why it's important. Like, hey,
Yeah,
hey, for you to laugh. It's okay, you know, to
that's
make a
true.
and learn
Hmm.
how to tackle people.
You know what? So I had a school project. It's still in my mom's house. It was from third grade, and it was like about your five favorite things, and you had to
Mhm.
like write a paragraph about it. And one of the things I put is that I love making your mama jokes.
What? Not in third grade?
In third grade,
So do
I
you
can
still
pull it
make
up.
your
It's at
mama
my
jokes
mom's
to
house.
this day?
You said what?
You still make your mama jokes till today?
Oh yeah, me and Kevin talk about each other's mamas every single day. Every
Oh
single day.
my goodness.
100%.
Oh, I guess you wrote your future. You made it. You made it plain, sis.
Yeah.
And
So,
that's
and that too, like I do enjoy having a partner that I can laugh with. Like
yeah,
again, sometimes we play too much, like, but it's just you need it. Like you need
yeah,
it to just lighten the load of life in general, you know.
yeah. The funny part of like playing too much is like when it does get serious. Guess what? The next time we play, I'm bringing up that moment when you did get serious.
And that's what I mean. That's what I mean when I initially said like I'm the person that is funny but don't play with me because I am going to take it too far every time. Like cuz I'm coming to win. I'm coming to win. So
Oh my god, she know my older man. She don't know how to just box with gloves on. She want to take the gloves off. No, you keep
bringing a
the
gun
gloves
to a
on.
knife fight every time.
So after all of this, what would you say would be the Valley quote? You know, this is our
Oh.
lighthearted episode.
Mhm.
Valley quote for laughter
What
is
is my valley quotes?
yeah. I know I need to think about mine too.
This is good. Let me see. I don't know if I necessarily have a valley quote, but I would like everyone to just be more intentional in finding the pieces of life that bring you joy and laughter.
Oof, that's good. Dang, what I'm gonna say.
Dang, what I'm gonna say.
Man, make if you know that laughter is important in your world, your space, make it non-negotiable.
Hmm.
You
Yeah.
know, don't feel silly about it. Cause again, when I was like, oh, that's my non-negotiable, I'm like, that's child.
Right. No. I think that's good because, like I said, I had never even identified it as a non-negotiable, you know, but it is very, very important. So yeah, if that's your non-negotiable, don't feel like it's too silly because
Yeah.
it is a very crucial part, especially when life gets hard and tough and the days seem mundane, like you need something that's going to lift your spirits. And a lot of times it's nothing that money can buy.
Yeah.
Like it's literally the language of the heart.
Yeah. So y'all heard it here first. It's the Good Girls Wild Thoughts podcast, and we now down to the Good Girls Tidings. This is where we tell you everything of what we have going on. So we are so many episodes into this podcast. Okay, season 1 has been lit. Okay,
Moving. It's okay. It's giving progress.
it's giving progress and like mixed with obedience. It's giving like the good of the land. We have gotten so much good feedback and people
Mhm.
are like just loving the podcast. So if you are just now tapping in, welcome to the Good Girls podcast. And if you just want to figure out where to find us and how to listen to more of our podcasts, you want to find us on YouTube at GGWT podcast. Okay. We are also on Apple and Spotify. You can listen from your phone, from your car, wherever. But if you want to see our beautiful faces, come to YouTube, like, subscribe, comment, and share because we love it here. We love it when you guys are coming our
Yes.
wild tribe.
Yes,
So
yes.
that's where you can find us. But then also, if you want to connect with us on our wild cards, jump into the chat with Chatty Patty. Find us on Instagram and Facebook at Good Girls Wild Thoughts. Daisy, you got anything else for our closing, or do you just want to take us out?
I do just want to re-emphasize, we
Mhm.
want your wild cards. We have gotten so many good ones. So give us the questions, even if you don't know how to, perfectly word it or you don't know the thoughts, just ramble. You can
Yeah,
you can ramble all day in our email, in our DM, just share the thoughts and we want to start the conversation with and for you.
yeah.
So please send those. We want you to be involved. And again, just make sure you subscribe. Again, we appreciate all the views and the interaction, but go ahead and just click that subscribe button, okay? Just go ahead. It's okay. You can do it. You can do it, girl. You can do
And it's
it.
free. It's free
It's
to click the
free. It
button.
don't cost nothing. Okay. But yeah, no, that's all I have. We're going to end here. So you all just remember that when you fully submit to God, that's where you'll find peace. Stay
Stay
consecrated.
consecrated.